Hey, thanks for the lift.
We're happy to help. Can't say the climate will be as cooperative, though. You know?
Right, especially the gorge.
The place is freezing. Makes sense what with the ice goddess's cold corpse lying around. It's a rather long ride, so I suggest you bundle up before we ship out. By the way, I bumped into a woman from the manor. Used to serve House Flore. Must have gone off looking for you. Said she had something important to discuss.
With me? Guess I ought to find her then.
We'll be waiting on board. Give us a holler when you're ready to show off. Shall we?
My word. Is that you, Prince Noctis?
Yeah. Have we...
Oh, blessed be the stars. Just look at what a fine young man you've grown into. I am Maria, a retainer in service to House Flore. I doubt you'll remember me after these long years.
Can't say I do.
Don't worry. Who I am is of little import in light of what I wish to discuss. Lady Lunafreya risked everything to spirit the ring of the Lucii away from the Citadel. Did she deliver it to you?
Yeah.
Stars above! My fears have been assuaged. Lord Ravus, too, will be overjoyed to hear this news.
Ravus too.
What's that? More characterization for her after she died?
I beg of you. Please. See the ring to Noctis. On my behalf. Already. My flesh has begun to fail me.
No, I cannot accept it. By your hand. It must be done. To deliver the ring and inspire the king is your calling. You mustn't fall.
But I lack the strength to go on.
Find it, Lunafreya. You have the will. Go to Noctis. Show him the truth of your heart.
Hi, Death Eagle. Hello, Rax.
I understand you will go hence to the Imperial capital.
Yeah.
Lord Ravus has King Regis's glaive in his safekeeping, and it was his wish to return it to you, my prince. Though I imagine it will not be easy for you to find each other.
I'll get it from him somehow.
I pray it shall be so.
Real quick, I'm going to try and make a Doom spell. See if I can succeed at that. So we're just going to have, like, 99 of everything, first of all. Hey, Melkor Blade, thank you for sharing your thoughts about Mitsuda, by the way. What's funny is I think you're, I know, you're absolutely right in that a lot of people I hear who like him more for his as you put it, less structured nature of the way he does his music. Which is also one of my biggest complaints about his music. In other words, just kind of a, a difference of opinion kind of thing. So I can do Quintcast. Is that as big as it gets? Like, I honestly don't remember. It's been a while. We can do Xperia Cast. And the Quintcast object we only just gained access to. So Quintcast 3 times 5. It looks like that might be our best. Oh, hang on, I'm wrong. Well, hang on. So that gives us Quintcast 3 times 5, 5 chain level 90. But this gives us Quintcast 3 times 5, 5 chain level 99. Apparently there's also something called Poison Cast. Well, there's Venom Cast. Although that's pretty low level. We have a higher level Venom Cast. That's even worse. And that's not good either. Got it. Ah, whatever. Let's do it. Let's make a doom spell. And let's equip it here. We gotta make sure our cheats are off for when we do that, which they are all off right now. Oh yeah, while I'm here. See if we can get enough pieces to do a Venom cast later.
About the crystal. Remember how I said it was locked away?
Yeah?
They really don't allow anyone near the thing. The Emperor himself never got close to it. The lab rats had a theory that the crystal posed some kind of threat to the demons. The way they see it? That's the reason the Chancellor had the Emperor go after it in the first place. Dunno, but that theory holds water in my book.
Well, in the Dawn timeline, we've already discussed the nature of the crystal. But there's also something else it can do, which, to put it as simply as possible, it can absorb Star Scourge. Well, that's not quite putting it accurately. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Prince Noctis!
Yeah?
Prince Noctis, were you excited to marry Lady Lunafreya? Because she was really excited to marry you. She looked so happy the day her dress arrived.
Is Lunafreya's dress just going to become our latest meme?
She really loved you, Prince Noctis.
No, she just loved the dress.
Thank you.
It was all about the dress.
At first, the father had mourned the fate of his chosen son. Yet in Tenebrae, the two found solace. It was not the Oracle who assuaged their fears, but the girl. She holds the true power.
Freaking angel time.
I have little to offer a king, other than the voice afforded the Oracle. Nevertheless... And... I'm afraid you might find this foolish.
There it is. There's the dress.
But... to be together with Noctis again. Even if only for a short while. It... would mean the world to me. I do not seek to guide him, merely to stand beside him.
I do not seek to be a character, merely to be a plot device.
Lady Lunafreya worried she was burdening you with the wedding. That's not true, is it?
No, not at all.
Meanwhile, Lunafreya's dress is like, oh, I got this! It just jumps up off of the dummy and just starts defending her like it's I mean, we've seen more ridiculous stuff than that, right? Even in the FF series.
Will we ever see the dawn again?
Nope.
What has become of...
Before falling into eternal slumber, the six bequeathed unto man one last treasure, a ring of power. Yet who among us was fit to possess this gift of the gods? After some time, the ring was transferred to the hands of a man blessed with powers divine, ultimately developing the mark identifying one fit to rule.
How in the world could something like this happen?
Perhaps this is the way it ends.
Yep, all life is over. We're all dead. Or at least we should be after 10 years of darkness. We'll talk about that when we get there.
Ready to depart. Just swapped out the damage cars for some new ones. Give one of us a holler when you're ready to shove off, then.
Dining car's open, if you need a break.
Okay. I'm ready to go.
Shall we shove off, then?
Climb aboard.
You know what actually would kind of make that work, okay? Imagine she has like a full functional bodysuit underneath. Like a martial artist kind of garb.
Don't worry about the civilians. They're in my good hands. Can't say the same for you. Watch yourselves in the capital.
We will.
Thanks, Arnea. We'll see you around.
And then, you know, the dress can basically go whoosh and attack. Whoosh.
It's snowing.
Get your ass on board.
Yes, sir.
You'll notice that they did not ask her to go look for Prompto, by the way. Yes, it's time to go into a snowy mountainside with Biggs and Wedge. Probably the most overt Six reference in this game.
Attention all passengers. We're on our way to our final destination in the Imperial capital. Enjoy the ride. I'll be in touch if anything comes up.
Look at all that snow. No wonder it's so cold in here.
We must be approaching the glacian's cadaver.
Won't be a blessing if all we got's a body.
Let us hope we pass through the gorge without incident.
It's what's after the gorge I'm worried about. Once we get through Ravus, we're there.
We've come quite a long way.
This is how Noctis keeps warm with the cold. There's nae getting off this train. Sorry. Oh, I do, Kay. I do. No, we're done. Okay. Other way. Oh, what's this? After his forces suffered crippling casualties against the Hydrian and Eltisha, High Commander Ravus Nox Fleuret was sentenced to capital punishment. However, the Imperial Army has yet to appoint a successor. Moreover, waves of Magitech troopers gone haywire have fled Hulheck's armory and begun assaulting the citizenry. Could this be karmic retribution of those who turned their back on the gods? No. No. I'm trying not to make a really mean joke. The joke is that this train is basically the perfectly symbolic of FF15 as a whole. It's pretty well done. You know, it's nice. There's nothing here, and there's nothing to do. I'm done. Hey, there's the regalia. Which actually doesn't make a lot of sense, but let's not go into that. Yeah, he probably could, if he stretches K. And I don't mean like stretching beforehand, I mean like if he stretched his power right now, he could do that. Well, that was eventful. Have I made my point? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that's more FF13 than 15. 15 has some actual depth here and there. 13... let's not talk about 13. I do like how this is a Snowpiercer train, by the way. Or whatever that's called. It makes sense for a train that regularly operates up here.
I wonder what it could be this time.
Attention now.
Yeah?
What's wrong?
You may have noticed we stopped. As for the cause, outside, you think?
We'll take a look.
Oh, now.
I hope it's just a quick snow shoveling job.
Indeed.
On this thing? Hi, Alex.
It's freezing.
You better keep moving to stay warm.
I would.
Did this.
I think I can see her.
It's a shame. She's lying dead.
Damn, it's cold. Let's clean up out here. Warm up in here.
Get the snappy.
Actually, I have not, Dakota. I've only seen fictional variants of the same idea. That is an excellent question, Alex. As soon as I get the answer, the official canon answer from the storyline, I will let you know. I suppose that makes sense, Dakota. Oh no. Listen, we needed a boss fight here, okay? There's no real answer, Alex.
Ain't got time to waste.
Think I don't know that?
Like so many other things, there's no canon answer for what you're asking. Especially since we know astrals can permanently die.
Hey, Noct!
What's up?
You better get in here. Something's
Got
not
it.
right. Come on,
Be there in a
Iggy.
sec.
Right.
As an addendum...
No way. You! Hold it! That son of a bitch.
Oh, come on. Have you not learned now, Noctis? Seriously? Oh, Noctis. That being said, so two things. First of all, we know astrals can permanently die. And second of all, we know what happens when an astral is defeated. They don't keep interacting. They basically go into a healing stasis. And they basically affect the terrain around them, kind of warping it in magical ways so that the terrain will then help assist their healing thing. That's why there's a volcano where Ifrit was dumped, because that volcano grew up around him.
What the hell?
I have a fun fact. Other than the flash forward, we actually haven't seen or even heard of Ifrit yet. Or Ifrit, if you prefer. 20 minutes, Velvetrix. I must kill Ardyn. It is the only thing I care about. Revenge is a dish best served with pinto beans and muffins.
Where's Prompto?
Oh, there you are. I'm worried about your friends. They've fallen and they can't get up. Why not lend them a hand?
Telling you, illusionist. It fits so well.
A coldness that can only be hers. Ah, the face you wore the day you died.
Let it now be done, as promised to the Oracle.
Tiana, it's you. You're the glacier.
Lore shock.
The past and hopes for the future are manifest in the King of Kings. The Frostbearer's blessing shall be his.
Funny, I was looking at her hair.
Guarded this star since time immemorial, each of a different mind, but united by this common purpose. The god's protection extends to all creatures here below, even to the mortals created in their image. They are feeble creatures leading fragile lives and clinging to foolish fancies. The Frostbearer scorns these visions of hope, which melt like snow in the sun's light. Yet the Pyre Burner admires their strength of will. For their reverence, he grants unto them his flame, and the world of man flourishes.
Well, there's Ifrit.
His benevolence warms the frozen heart of the Frostbearer. The mortals have earned her respect, he her love and admiration. It is not long, however, before some among those men ascend to new heights of hubris. The people of Solheim spurn the gods who blessed them, the gods they once worshipped. The ungrateful mortals incur the wrath of the Pyre Burner. He seeks to raise the very civilization his flames once helped build.
Now, I actually already talked about this, so forgive me for interrupting, but I really feel that deserves emphasis. We don't need the gods anymore. Very well, then I will declare absolute war against you and destroy all life on the earth.
But the Six are sworn to defend this star and all her inhabitants from harm, and, at times, from one another. The flames of war surge as Solheim fends off the Pyre Burner's fire. The gods' pleas for peace fall on deaf ears, and the battle rages on. When the smoke clears, the world of man is in ruins, their star left scarred for time eternal. Wearied from war, the Six seek solace in slumber. This tale of our shared past is entrusted to the King of Kings, that he may see it to its conclusion.
Now, you'll notice that's one of those... That story is basically the backstory we're given in Vanilla. It's a little bit different in Dawn, as I've talked about a few times.
In the days that follow the war, while the Six are still asleep, the Pyre Burner is sought by a man who draws him away from the light. His peril is sensed by the Frostbearer. She rushes to his aid, only to be felled by the foreign hordes. Those masses are now one with the darkness. Darkness that before long will swallow the Six and the star they protect. This star's fate no longer rests in the hands of the gods. It sits on the shoulders of the Chosen. Deliver this world from darkness and grant my love release.
I promise I will.
The Oracle is no longer of this world, but her thoughts remain, and they must be known. When the boy begins his existence on this star, the girl is met by the High Messenger. It is ordained that she will work with him to return the light. The girl reaffirms that promise. The High Messenger is moved by the girl's determination, her heart warmed by the girl's benevolence. Her faith in mankind is restored once more.
Sister, cease this madness. That boy will never be king.
Noctis is chosen. It is ordained. You of all people should know.
I know that you are throwing your life away.
That may be. But it's my choice. If only... If only I could hear his voice once more. If we could laugh together as we did as children. If we could live out our days together as we once dreamed.
Wherefore does the lady weep?
Forgive me. I vowed to only cry where prying eyes cannot see the tears in mine.
Yet others need not hide their grief. Is she so different from them?
No. She is no different at all. She wants exactly what they do. To be with the one she loves. But want though she may, it is not to be.
The lady's thoughts have been heard. The love she bears the king shall never fade. And, in time, her feelings shall be known unto him.
Gentiana.
And if the words are not spoken from her lips, then the messenger shall see that they are heard. The god's favor and the lady's love shall be with him evermore. Thus it is promised between the oracle and her familiar.
I am undeserving of your kindness. Thank you.
And so the promise is fulfilled. As her words go with him, so shall my blessing.
God, what is with her hair?
Yeah. Thanks.
O King of Kings, restore the light unto this world.
One thing I like about Noctis is he always stays kind of mundane. He stays relatable in a weird way.
Farewell, dear Noctis.
Like, you know, the Warrior of Light from FF1 would be like, I accept this pledge. Cecil would be like, with this vow I promise to go forward. Noctis says, thanks.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you. Not even when you needed me most. There was so much you wanted to say. So much I wanted to say. And now, I'll never have the chance. I'm so sorry.
Now, I like this scene, really, because it's the first scene where he actually starts to come to grips with the grief he's been fighting off since her death. It's one of the only things that makes me feel a real connection between the two characters. Once again, credit to Ray Chase. And honestly, credit to Noctis. He is a good character, in my opinion. Legitimately.
I won't let you down.
I know you won't.
Now, this is going on a little bit too long, if I'm being honest.
Be together again someday. I promise.
In the Dawn timeline. Well, let's go talk to Frozen Ardyn's illusion here.
What are you looking at? Hey, wake up.
What happened? Noct, are you alright?
Yeah, I saw the glacier. It's okay. She's gone now. You guys check out our drivers.
Got it. You good? Yes, I'm fine. Let's go.
And then Ray Chase dies. And is never in Kingdom Hearts 3. And we've created a paradox. Hang on, where's my notes? 1 second. I have so many notes up for this game. It's funny when you think about it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to add 3 story positives. I think I can pretty much officially codify these. And in case you're wondering what these 3 story positives are, Noctis, Prompto, Ignis. Just bam, bam, bam. All 3 are great characters, in my opinion. And stay enjoyable for pretty much the entire game. I am, however, going to go ahead and codify this story negative that we've been sitting on. Which means we're actually at 10 story negatives here. This is the artificial drama from earlier with Gladiolus. So, that's actually funny. I just realized. So we've got a positive for Noctis, a positive for Prompto, a positive for Ignis, and a negative for Gladiolus. Huh. Anyways.
I feel I've earned the right to call you Noct. For a moment I felt death's chill wind. Such is the might of the gods.
No, Disco.
Then I remembered I'm immortal. Such is my blessing and curse.
Small point to note here. Technically, Shiva killed him earlier. It's just, thanks to the nature of his curse... Okay, rewind a second. Now, some of this information is Dawn and some of this information is vanilla, and I gotta be honest, it blurs a little bit here, so I'm just gonna tell you kind of the concrete story here. Ardyn, because of the nature of so much Star Scourge flowing through him, basically his soul is stuck in the Between. Now, the Between was originally supposed to be the Realm Beyond or whatever from the 13s, aka the other realm. The realm of the dead. They reference this several times. In 15, they decided to make it the in-between realm. It's, what do you call that? There's a term for that. It's the place where you hang out before you go to the actual afterlife. There's a frickin' term for that concept. Anyway, so they changed it into the waiting room of the afterlife. Now, Ardyn is actually stuck in the waiting room, the Beyond. Purgatory, thank you. That's what I was thinking of. So Ardyn is basically stuck in Purgatory, and just, that's it. He's trapped there, and anytime he dies out in the rest of the world, it doesn't do anything because he's still stuck there. He can't move on to the Beyond. The only way to actually remove him is to destroy him, cessate him, basically, within the Beyond, aka getting him out of Purgatory and moving him to the actual afterlife. Whether he actually goes on to the afterlife or not depends on which timeline we're in. I know that diverges there. In the vanilla timeline, he just cessates. In the Dawn timeline, he actually does move on to the afterlife with his beloved. Anyways, so that's why when things happen like this, where Shiva kills him, it doesn't really do much. He's just like, well, back into it.
Your attack hurt me, nevertheless. My feelings, at least. And after all the memories we've shared, remember this. I should have asked if you remember him. Truly a blast from the past. Nay. You mustn't take what's not yours.
Where is he?
He? The little gunman's a short shot away.
Where?
Where else but Gralia, the seat of the Empire? I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you. And you might even find your crystal. With all these demons about, you could certainly use it. Off you go, then. I wouldn't want to keep you from your friend.
You know, one of the things I find funny is that in the vanilla timeline, Ardyn gets everything he's after. He wrecks the world, destroys basically every major nation on the planet, devastates humanity, which abandoned him, damages the Astrals, who abandoned them, and then he also manages to not only kill both of the other bloodlines, terminating them permanently and getting his revenge, but then he manages to cessate, which is... So he literally gets everything he wanted out of this. Oh yeah, by the way, welcome to Chapter 13. Oh god, a villain with the power of save states.
We should be drawing close to Gralia.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it'll be like.
Swarming with demons, but you knew that.
Huh. Don't remind me. Once we arrive, we'll make for the keep.
The keep?
Zegnortus, an Imperial megafortress said to be impregnable.
With Prompto and the crystal inside it.
What goes in must come out. So, are we buying the story that the crystal can purge demons?
Not in vanilla.
The proof is in the purging, but it does stand to reason. We've observed that as the nights have grown longer, the demon hordes have grown stronger. If they are in fact averse to the crystal's light, it could save not only Lucis, but the world.
We'll find out once we take it back.
No, Tigzar.
The hell? What is it? My guess, something to sidetrack us. What now?
He's trying to keep us out with the demons.
Whoa!
Go run, don't worry about us.
Let's get to work.
What's wrong?
The weapons. They're
Get
stuck.
back!
So yes, that was what Ardyn did earlier.
Come on, move it!
I do admittedly like how Gladiolus is the one who can actually do something about that. You know, basically he can actually still fight a little bit without his weapon.
Only a matter of time before we run out of room to run.
Got a better
But-
idea?
We trade the train for the regalia. Come on!
On my way.
Noct, the freight car.
Keep moving.
The problem is, how many of you have seen my lore run of Kingdom Hearts 1? Or more accurately, my lore run of Kingdom Hearts. But I'm specifically referring to Kingdom Hearts 1. In Kingdom Hearts 1, spoilers, there's a moment where you lose your Keyblade, and that affects gameplay. You basically lose the ability to do damage to your enemies. Now, they also, at the same time, give you an overpowered companion who you can kind of take control of. Now, I don't think Kingdom Hearts 1 does this idea perfectly, but I always liked that idea of basically taking away the tools in the player's arsenal, but supplanting them with new tools in order to allow them to get through this alternate section, right? My biggest complaint with Kingdom Hearts 1 was it was too damn short. It's like a 5-minute detour. Speaking of which...
Strap in.
Yeah. Gun it.
Threat upgraded. Activating level 4 security measures.
Hey, Zero.
Sealing all gates.
See, the problem, Kay, is I actually completely agree with that. His friend was literally his power, in a way that made perfect sense. Not a metaphoric thing, not a vague magical thing. His friend took care of him.
Don't slow down, or they'll catch us up!
Going as fast as I can.
Not that much hard-boiled. Not really. So then this happens. This is about as boring as the snowmobile section we mentioned earlier. For basically the exact same reasons. I mean, this is effectively the snowmobile section. It's just different cosmetics.
They're trying to blow us off the tracks.
You can kind of see the Star Destroyer up there.
It'll take a bit more than that to stop His Majesty's trusty steed. Dodging one thing to run into another. The Regalia can take the punishment. Just focus on your driving.
You can do it, girl. You can get through this.
Oh. God, that's irritating. So you know that there's a term for that when, like, the game gets darker because there's a light source, or lighter because there's no light source. It's been doing that because of the explosions, and I couldn't even see what I was doing as a consequence. Yeah, the HDR thing, just, ugh. Sorry, Alexander. I mean, Regalia. I mean, whatever you're called. Thingamabobber.
That's all she's got.
It'll do.
Sorry, Epic. Or Epoch. Of course it's 113. No, okay, it's just a car. That's also a transformer. So yeah, I think I mentioned this already.
Thanks for everything.
We're officially on the tragedy conga line at this point.
Are we seriously marching into the capital empty-handed? And with no assurances, the crystal can beat back the demon hordes. Guess we'll find out the hard way. No turning back now, right?
Hello, Bloody.
This thing could come down at any time.
Let's be quick. Come on, this way.
Oh no, what a convenient sequence of events. The best part is it didn't let me save. At least I don't think it did.
Look at you, all by your lonesome.
You again. You know, for an Imperial Chancellor, you are one sick son of a bitch. Demons, the hell do you want? Leave me alone. This is getting out of hand.
Okay. Well, it just mentioned it was unlocked, so probably, yeah, Velvetrix. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh yeah, by the way, there's the Imperial Capital. I'm sorry, I should actually do this, but, you know, it's kind of annoying to get you camera shots. But this is the Imperial City. This is basically all we ever see of it. By the time we get here, there's no humans left. This is completely demon-infested. Oh yeah, and there's the Star Destroyer up there. can kind of see it. Because you thought I was kidding. No, they have a freaking Star Destroyer. There's only one choice. To use the power of the crystal. Remember, the ring is the power of the crystal, not the astrals. And they're separate things. In both timelines. So let's see. He lost his father, he lost his home, he lost his lover, he lost his friend, he lost his friends, he lost his car. He's about to lose his hand. Spoiler. He'll get his friends back, though. Then he'll lose them again. Like I said, tragedy conga line. So... now we have the death spell. Which acts exactly how you'd think it would.
Looks like it's connected below. Might be my ticket to the top.
God, they have a frickin' start. I'm sorry to keep bashing that point, but really? So yeah, they literally have to give us a death spell here. Although it actually works pretty well, so I'm with it. Now, I could be incredibly wrong, so please forgive me. But I do have to admit, this is one section where I feel they succeed, whereas the original did not, because they patched Chapter 13, if you didn't know that. And the way the ring used to work and the way this whole section used to play was basically one long, slow, boring slog. I can already tell they've improved the death spell a little bit, because it's just punk, and they're gone. And there's no cheats. I have no cheats on right now. Let me double check. Yep, nope, I have no cheats on. I do too, Zygnus. So in short, what I was mentioning earlier about the Kingdom Hearts 1 section, where they take away your weapons, it kind of worked because they really did give us something else that worked in its place. That's strange, but okay, I'm with it. I don't know what to make of that, but whatever. That's still noticeably faster than it originally was. Like, I remember the first time being, oh, this is going to be awesome, and it totally wasn't. I don't remember the exact timing. I want to say it was about 5 seconds. You know, kind of like that. Oop, I'm supposed to go this way. The other problem with Chapter 13 was the fact that the dungeon kind of sucked. Yeah, you could be interrupted too. Which got really irritating. Not hard, irritating. I guess I do go this way. Alright, whatever. No? Okay, hang on. There it is. God, apparently I'm blind. Don't mind me. This is probably one of the weirdest final dungeons in the game, which is funny because it's actually not the final dungeon. And by in the game, I mean in games, like in the FF series. This is, I don't know. This is the pseudo-final dungeon.
And that's the way to the elevator taken care of.
Now, the idea here, which I actually do like, is they take some of the classic FF spells and give them to you right at the end here. Death, Holy, and I think there's at least one other one? I'll be completely honest, I don't remember that much. Death is what we're going to be using predominantly. This is the right way, right? I don't know. What's funny is I had this problem last time, too. I don't know why I have such a hard time navigating this stupid place. I mean, maybe it's because it's dark? Although that makes sense. It should be dark. Right? Hey, we can do a side quest.
Should be safe to rest here.
I'm just kidding. What we can do...
As of yesterday, we done opened the gates of Lestalem to any and all refugees. Don't matter where you come from. All y'all are welcome. We're one people now. If y'all are in need of an escort, give us a holler at HQ, and we'll dispatch a hunter right away. It's dangerous to go alone. I'd also like to take this opportunity to ask the people of Lestalem to embrace your fellow man and treat him with the respect we all deserve. Lestalem's the only light left. Darkness may have consumed the skies, but don't let it consume your hearts.
Remember Dave? But yeah, that's basically the beginning of Comrades. There's nothing really to talk about when it comes to Comrades, which is why I'm not. Oh, I'm out of save options. Fine, sure, whatever.
So you're saying anyone can become a hunter, regardless of where they're from or what they can do?
Precisely. Right now, we need all the help we can get.
But I think a lot of our listeners are worried that help involves putting their own lives in danger.
Simply reporting that danger to a senior hunter at HQ is good enough. We all work together as a team to keep the peace. We would never send new recruits on life-threatening missions. We start recruits off on small tasks, such as keeping watch over a neighborhood.
I'm sure our listeners will be relieved to hear that.
Again, Comrades. So I'm going to see what happens if we just do this now. I didn't know... I feel like this wasn't an option. You know what I mean? Back in the day. Which was a Tuesday.
Going up.
Is there a way forward?
Well, there's a way, but I don't see us going forward without facing off with the demons.
But now Noctis is facing them alone. There must be some way we can help him.
Perhaps I could be of service.
What are you doing here?
Why, I come bearing gifts.
The hell?
See? Gifts. Now, I believe a thank you is in order.
For what? Another one of your stupid tricks?
Here I am, helping for a change, but I can see I'm not wanted.
I'm loath to trust him.
Same. But at this point, we need all the help we can get.
And we don't want the party to go through with no combat for an entire dungeon. That would be ridiculous.
I ought to have been more cautious. If anything were to happen to Noctis,
Can't move forward if you're always looking backward. Quit thinking about what you could have done then, and start thinking about what you can do now.
You're right. What's done is done.
Yeah, so this plays just like Gladiolus' chapter, by the way. Of course. His DLC, I mean.
So if we can conjure our weapons again, does that mean Noct can too?
I have a feeling the Chancellor isn't so generous.
How come?
He may have feigned friendship, but he's proven a foe before. We'd best be careful.
And yes, Rihaku. It's worth noting that Ardyn's goal here isn't really to kill the heroes. At least, not yet. Like I said, he wants to screw over the gods, he wants to kill off the two bloodlines, and he wants to permanently be destroyed. The best way for him to do that is to ensure that Noctis actually manages to defeat him, and then use the power of the kings to access him in the realm between, or the realm beyond, excuse me, so that he can then be cessated. In short, Ardyn quite literally wants us to keep going forward and defeat him, because that's part of his goal. Oh yeah, that's convenient.
This is the Imperial Security Bureau. A situation has arisen in several research sectors. All civilians must relocate to their designated refuge stations immediately. Failure to evacuate will result in incarceration or other appropriate disciplinary procedures. This emergency broadcast will repeat until the situation has been resolved. The Imperial Security Bureau thanks you for your cooperation.
You think that situation is us? Or something else?
The latter, I presume. Whatever it is must be a matter of considerable scale to warrant such a warning.
Also, the ISB.
Broadcasts might help us understand what's going on outside.
I mean, really? The ISB?
Try this!
Yeah, I have a feeling they were going for a bit of a Silent Hill thing here. Silent Hill 2, specifically. Very, very quiet song. You probably can't even hear it on stream. It was playing in Noctis' section, too. No NPCs whatsoever. And the whole place feels abandoned.
It's dead silent.
More like undead silent. Place is crawling with demons.
Yep, no corpses. Why would there be? Which is messed up when you think about it. Honestly, this is pretty dark, and I don't mean visually. Hey, look, it's a corridor. Don't worry, it's shorter than it wasn't originally.
Right this way, gentlemen.
Proceed with caution.
Keep going a little closer.
Okay, what?
Yes, that's a good boy.
Hold up.
What is it?
Found some kind of secret passage.
Led here by our guide.
Long as it's a step in the right direction, I'll take it.
Where are we now?
Wherever it is, it's a mess. Watch your step.
This is a status report from the Imperial Defense Force. The demon outbreak stemming from several research facilities has been suppressed in most areas. Magitech infantry units have been deployed to remaining sectors. The situation is under control. For your safety, a temporary curfew is imposed on all city areas. Your cooperation is required to ensure the security of yourself and other civilians. This broadcast will repeat until the curfew has been lifted and order fully restored.
Oh, they've got their hands full. Bet they never thought their little pets would bust out of their cages.
I doubt even the demons could simply escape from such a secure facility. It's more likely their master set them free.
Again, part of his goal was screw humanity. I mean, honestly, his goal was just screw everyone, really. I mean, can you blame him? I can't, because that's horrible, but, you know.
Jeez. These things gone haywire or something?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That lockdown, it probably was about the same level of effectiveness as a curfew and lockdown would be in a literal zombie apocalypse. Except this is arguably in many ways worse than a zombie apocalypse, because these zombies are fast, strong, and can spread without really touching you. I guess that's not quite fair. It's more like they can spread at a distance, ranged. So, you know, peek in a window. Oh, we'll see the Emperor in a second. The scientist guy's already been dealt with over in Prompto's DLC.
Think we might have found the control room. Got lots of monitors and stuff.
Which may help us monitor the rest of the keep. Does anything look operable?
Oh yeah, and this is probably me giving the writers too much credit, but Takoida brings up a valid point. It's worth noting that the Imperial Magitech soldiers are basically demon-infused soldiers, you know, people. And with the demons running amok at such a level, and with so much of an influence of the Star Scourge, it's most likely that the Magitech soldiers who were being sent to put down the problem became a part of the problem. So I want you to picture that for a second. The troops come in and they're like, all right, go in, quick. And they stand at your door. A few minutes pass, and then the door, you hear something slamming at the door, and you look out, and it's the soldier, and you say, oh, hey, what's going on? And then... That's a good question, James Hogan. Did you like Final Fantasy 13?
I'm more of a low-tech kind of guy, but I'll see what I can do. What have we here? Huh.
Then you'd probably like this.
Wiped everything.
All of it?
Yep. Wait, I got something. There's one surveillance tape they forgot to erase. Almost like they wanted us to see it.
Well, then we best have a look. Whatever's on that tape might help us locate Noct and Prompto.
What of the Ardyn's power? What of my precious ring?
By the hand of the Oracle, they are with the king now, their rightful owner. And someday soon he shall use them to purge our star of its scourge.
But the crystal is mine. I am the one true king.
Nay, it is Noctis and none other. Certainly not a puppet of the darkness and the demons it has borne.
You are the puppet, and you must die.
And then Ravus died. The end.
At last you have arrived, Noctis. The gods have shown you their favor. As blood of the Oracle, I present you your father's glaive. Now, go forth, my king. Shine your light unto the world.
Telling you, illusionist.
Spare me your sycophancy. I've indulged your false heroism for far too long.
You tried to save the world in my stead, but it wasn't enough. The crystal chose me, not you. Aw, rejection hurts, doesn't it?
Was that Noct?
No, just that scumbag Chancellor posing as him.
It sounded like Ravus tried to return His Majesty's sword.
Yeah, guess he finally got over his grudge. Even called Noct his king. Let's move. If that's what he did to Ravus, there's no telling what he'll do to Noct. Looks like Ardyn bought himself some time.
Then we've none to waste. We need to find Noct before he does.
Oh, good to know, Permeus. Thank you. But yeah, I agree, Valvidrix. One of the... Ardyn's illusionary powers are nice, but he can't change his manner of speech at all. Every time he does it, it's obvious it's him. At least if you're paying attention to what he's saying.
Looks like some sort of cargo bay.
Then there's a high probability the crystal passed through here at some point in time. Is there a lift nearby they could have used to transport it?
Not over here. There might be something in that.
Yeah!
1 hour and 6 minutes, Permeus. Sorry. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time you're actually supposed to fight one of these things. For real. I could see that, Mihawk. Funnily enough, Darren DePaul would be one of my biggest picks for playing the Elder God if they ever continued that franchise.
Try this!
Hi, Bragwin. How goes the proceedings?
Right here.
Roger.
I think the Iron Giants look quite good in this one, I agree. I've always liked the idea that some of the really big, iconic characters, or creatures, excuse me, from FF should be very dangerous, like the Behemoth, or, you know, the Iron Giant. Both have been around since the first game, in some form or another. I would also add Tonberry to that list for obvious reasons. I feel like there's another one. Oh, well.
We ought to be close to the core of the keep by now.
And that's probably where they're keeping the crystal.
And most likely where Noctis headed as we speak.
Demon walls, yeah. Those have been in a surprisingly large number of FFs, too.
Try this!
I suppose the Adamantoise is another recurring enemy. I think that one started in 3? Help me out, was the Adamantoise in 2? I actually don't remember. Marlboros have been around for a long time, too. Since 2, again. And I also think Marlboros should be pretty high tier.
Cactuar started with 6, I believe.
Hey,
There it is.
What is it?
The crystal. Right here on the screen.
Then we're close. Do you see any sort of control panel?
Sure do.
I don't know, Valvatrix. I'd actually really like to do a review of the whole franchise someday. I'm as curious as you are. Like, I've been saying forever that my order is like 6, 5, 9, 7, 4, whatever else. But I'm curious if that's actually true in score, you know what I mean?
If it's anything like the Citadel, there should be a barrier barring access.
Well, then we unbar it. You just tell me what to do.
Right.
Alright, first you need to end task any processes that begin or end with DD3 or DLL. Huh? So there's the crystal. This is actually the second time we're seeing this thing in the game, but first time we're really seeing it.
Thieves cannot escape the hand of justice. The crystal is mine. Never shall I loose my grip.
So that's the Emperor.
The crystal, the light, the power, all of it mine.
So anyways, yeah, there's a process called demonification. I don't know how they pronounce it. They'll say it in Ardyn, I believe. And then we can talk about what it actually, what it's like. But anyways, the long and the short of it is, it's basically weaponized Star Scourge. Deliberately infecting someone with it. That's probably the point at which it is the most geostigma, is when they actually start using demonification. Oh, same model. Easily, Prometheus. Oops. Pop one of these really quick. That's not true, Valvatrix.
I can't hear it anymore. Is it dead?
Not yet. It just disappeared. You never seen one that talked like that before.
You're so fixated on the crystal.
I thought Irenaeus and the demons were afraid
Maybe like
of the
moth
crystal.
or flame. Or it may be one of the Empire's alternative facts.
Whichever it is, that monster is still on the loose.
We need to find it before it finds Noctis and Prompto.
Oh dear, I can see the light fading from your friend's eyes.
Yeah, I noticed that, Dakota.
Hang in there, Noct.
It's like we're done. But yeah, no, Valvatrix is, in every way that matters, correct. The FFs don't connect to each other. Any connections are vague or references or are a direct consequence of the rift, which is one of the extremely few things that crosses the FFs in lore, in canon.
Wrong way.
And even the rift is basically more of a cameo for fun kind of a thing. Like, Gilgamesh has never really mattered for the plots of the games.
What's this? I think he's stopped breathing. Why don't you come and see for yourself?
There's a few Gilgameshes that are not the Gilgamesh, but for the most part, if you see Gilgamesh, that's him, the real one. It's the same one in 5, in 12, in 8.
That son of a bitch even...
Wait! Can't you hear that?
Hear what?
Noct's voice. I heard it. Clear as day. This way. Follow me.
Hey! Wait up!
14, yeah. 12 if I didn't mention that one. So now I'm hoping it'll let me switch back. I mean, that'd be nice. Loading on an SSD. Yeah, he got a lot of good screen time at 14. I'll agree with that. Okay, we're back. Yay. Okay. This report concludes that the wave can neutralize not only the wall, but all magical phenomena exhibited by Lucian royalty. Moreover, based on the data acquired from the encounter with Shiva, I'm out of ideas. I don't know what to do. Are we done? You ever hear that saying, a nose in a book? Like, I don't know about you, I can't read at this ratio. Even with my glasses off, I can barely read at this rate. Like, this is just painful. Who reads that close? Oh, thank you very, 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 very much, Ginobili. Very much appreciate all the subs. Thank you so much. Yes. The Witcher 3 streams will actually start going live soon, because usually streams go live roughly 2 weeks after they've been streamed. It's not exact. I think it's actually closer to 17 days, but whatever. You get the idea. So it'll start going live tomorrow, I think. I'm not sure. Either way, thank you so much for the subs. Now, if you happen to know what you want to put those towards, just let me know, and I can do so. Based on the data acquired from the encounter with Shiva, an enfeebling effect on the Six can be anticipated. Now, I feel like pointing that out, because this is showcasing something that I do actually like about 15's setting. The fact that tech can beat astrals. In short, the astrals are not an absolute power. They are simply a power. And I like that. You got it, Ginobili. Give me just a second. 907. No, Carbuncle is an angel, aka a messenger. The wave produced exceptional results in real-world conditions, effectively inhibiting the King's Glaive's warping and spellcasting abilities, powers that operate on the self-same principle as the Wall of Lucis. No, there's only 6 astrals, and honestly...
It's a trap.
And honestly, I would argue that 2 of those don't count, but that's just my opinion. Oh no, it's a trap.
Hurry, while you dawdle, people are dying.
I've really gone and done it now.
No, not you. No. You hear it?
Claudia!
Where are you?
It would be nice, Final Cloud. I actually rather like Subway.
Nox in trouble.
Got him. There ought to be a kill switch nearby.
Well, how do you know that?
I believe it's the reason we were brought here.
Yeah, if there was any doubt that Ardyn is straight up playing with you at this point, he deliberately gives Gladiolus and Ignis their weapons, and then deliberately leads them straight to here so they can save Noctis from a trap Ardyn himself placed. Yeah, no.
The hell did you get here?
Not right now, no, Baron.
Thanks.
After we were separated, we received help. From the usual suspect.
That bastard's playing with us. But at least we're together.
All but one of us.
I'm actually not cheating right now. It messes with the ring, I think. I basically haven't been cheating since...
having friends. Look how happy you are.
I basically haven't been cheating since the train fight with the demons we had to stop to kill. Since then, we've had cheats off, because we don't need them for this section of the game.
I pray you find your dear Prompto soon.
Yeah, Ardyn's just enjoying himself at this point. No, but it cuts down the wait time, Death God Scythe. There's too many enemies that have far too much HP. So, it's like, alright, let's go. Let's kill the boss, or the enemies. I usually use it more on trash than bosses. But,
Data retrieved. Security clearance level 6.
So is it necessary? Absolutely not. But it does speed things up. So you see that? That's their Star Destroyer. You can kind of see the hologram of it. It is with regret that I suspend my plans to restore this Magitech weapon to full functionality. The spineless powers that be fear further incidents, and all my efforts to activate and control the device were futile, it seems. It is some sort of autonomous armament. Then only divine intervention could bring the mech back online. Until that time comes, the device shall remain sealed. Well, I mean, we are reviewing it too, Myron, but honestly, the review is the secondary consideration here. We're mostly doing that because I want to review this game someday anyways, and now's an efficient time to do it. Yeah, okay. I actually don't remember what to do here.
Invalid key. Data retrieved. Security clearance level 6.
That's west. Oh god, I'm in first person. How did I get to first person mode? There we go. Jesus. That was disorienting. And that's just the report on the wave. Yeah, I'm going to try to cook my second big thing. My big experimental food tonight. Assuming I have time, I might not, because I'd kind of like to finish this game today if I could figure out how to progress. Wow, that's the first time I've interacted with an inn this game. Outside of story-scripted stuff, obviously. I'm gonna have to frickin' look this up, aren't I? No, maybe not. I thought there was... Ah, there it is. I have, Baron. It's quite good. Me and my dad made some once. I'd share pictures of it, but, you know. You know how it is. Or maybe you don't. Basically, I try not to share private stuff on a public forum for obvious reasons. Wait, cosmetic. Not that I'm complaining, but is it just me, or did Shinra Tower make a lot more sense when it comes to designing a place? Like, Shinra Tower made sense in lore, in addition to being a decent, you know, game dungeon. I mean, look at this. This is the throne room of the Emperor, I think. Explain this to me in lore. Yeah, no, that is it. I'm right, I'm right. Look at this place. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up. Jesus Christ, I'm actually lost. Gotta be honest. I don't know what to say about this. Hang on. I need a map. Figure out where the hell I am. So we fought that. Okay. Or did we? I mean, that's where we are, but what the hell? Okay, so hang on. I know why I got turned around here, at least I think I do. I'll find out in a second, if I'm right. I should turn on the velocity cheat here, see how it handles it in these extremely narrow and tight corridors. There we go.
Locked, meaning there's someone inside?
Yeah, it was one of those stupid things. It's always something stupid. Every time I get lost, it's something stupid.
Go. I knew you'd go that way.
Ignore all the... well...
You're such a tease.
They were prisoners at one point. God, now there's a terrifying thought. Like, we've talked before about the idea of a zombie plague hitting people in prison. Picture the demon plague, which, as I've mentioned, is arguably worse.
Hey, you alright?
Are you hurt? Do you need help?
Alright, so spoiler, this is actually Prompto. How many of you thought this was another illusion or another problem? Or, you know, another trick, basically, when you first picked him up? And I'll raise my hand on that one.
I'm fine. Thank you, Noct.
No sweat.
Tell me, were you worried about me?
Yeah. No frickin' kidding.
Of course I was. What kind of question is that?
Of course. That's why you came. Like I believed you would.
Prompto.
That's why I told myself I couldn't die. Not until I could see you. And hear you tell me I'm not a fake. That I'm the real me.
Notice how once again his focus is on the illusion thing. Not the fact that he was a Magitech clone. The fact that he is his real self and not Ardyn. I just point that out because once again the game seems to emphasize a plot point that the Prompto DLC bungled completely.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Everything's all right now.
So now we go this way.
Noct. Do you hear that?
Hear what?
I've heard this sound before. On the train, just before your weapons failed you. It's nearby. And it may hold the key to restoring your power. It's here.
This thing? Door's locked.
It's coming from within. Is there no way through?
There's a way.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, Brooklyn.
So, MTs. They've got those code prints. Just like I do.
Do they? Never looked.
Yeah. So, as it turns out, I'm one of them. Not exactly something I could tell people growing up in Lucis. Still, you guys are like the only friends I've ever known. I just hope that things can stay the way they were.
Whatever. Who cares where you were born?
I don't see you turning against us. Not now or ever.
Thanks, guys. Still, I can't change where I came from. What I am.
Since when does where you come from matter to you? You never once treated me as a prince.
It's got you there.
Never so much as a highness.
We're done here. Come on, crowned citizen.
I actually like that too, Melkorblade. They just kind of skip right over the drama. Like, yeah, no. Whatever, let's go. I do like that. Because, I mean, they don't care. Why would they? Anyways. Oh, hey, it's the Emperor's throne. Oh, he left his clothes here. That's kind of creepy and weird, but whatever. Oh, I was going to hit a button. Sure, that works.
So, did it work?
With the device down and out, Nox's power should be up and running.
Go on, try it.
All right. Moment of truth.
Oh!
We're back, baby.
Good game.
What a relief. Let's roll.
Yay. Now you can go back and do the old stuff. Oh, God, stuff.
New friend?
You really need to pick up.
Can you see again?
Afraid not. But that doesn't mean I can't fight.
Well, just don't overdo it, okay?
The problem here, this is another moment in which the story diverges rather substantially in an under-the-hood kind of a way between the two timelines. At least I think so. See, in this timeline, the idea is the power of the king is the power of the astrals. Therefore, the technology can inhibit both. In the Dawn timeline...
Had to. No weapons, no friends, no choice, really. You know, somebody here's gotta fight to rescue the crystal. Not to mention rescue all of your asses.
Spoken like a true king. About time.
The ring represents a great burden, but you don't bear it alone.
You can say that again. Especially now that y'all have your weapons back.
In the Dawn timeline, it's actually made very clear, and in fact it's a plot point, that the power of the kings is actually separate and distinct from the power of the astrals. It's one of the reasons why it is within the realm of possibility for the party to go ahead and fight against Bahamut. Because if it was just the astral's power, Bahamut could just get rid of it, and that would be the end of the fight.
Could you try to stick together?
Oh, God damn it. Come on, Ignis. The Dawn timeline is the other timeline. There's actually three. But the Dawn timeline is the other timeline that they wrote with the cancelled 4 DLCs. Well, 1 completed DLC and 3 cancelled ones. I also consider it the actual timeline, because in my opinion it's better in basically every way than the vanilla timeline. Makes more sense, more satisfying, more thematically interesting.
Where'd you guys park the regalia?
Outside. Though park ain't the right word.
She's broken down, alas.
Took one for us. Saved our lives.
The vanilla timeline is canon.
Hopefully Biggs and Wedge both made it to safety.
Who and who?
Our train drivers.
And soldiers. They can fend for themselves.
And yeah, I would agree, Death God Scythe. It's what FF15 should have been. Unfortunately...
Now then, the crystal.
I'm guessing the way is locked.
Well, I guess it's a good thing somebody has keys to the whole fortress.
You're no better than a burglar.
Aren't I?
Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. This is what I meant to do. Store my stocks of elemental energy. There we go. Thank you very much, Rosulia. Much obliged and much appreciated as always. Thank you. I don't suppose you know what you want to put that towards. There. Alright, let's try out this Quint cast finally, shall we? You got it, Rosulia. I was actually looking for my PS3 recently. I didn't find it. At least not where I thought I would. So I'll have to dig a little deeper to find the damn thing. I need to buy a crosscode too, now that I think about it. So I'm gonna have to peruse Amazon for that.
It's mine! Truly the Emperor.
Does seem kind of keen on the
So we fight him? Take mercy.
The Empire shall stand.
Wow. That was actually pretty impressive. Oh, and I turned the cheats off for that. Ah.
Nice try. All right, things are looking up.
Let's see what we came for.
So that's the ultimate magic.
Let's get on with it.
Quint cast 3-5. And of course, I can no longer cast any still. Whatever. So there we go. Ultimate magic. 5 hits of quad 9.
One hell of a hangar.
Huh. Look at all this space.
So the central elevator's through here.
And out of the loading bay.
God, I remember this boss having so much health.
Majesty, your precious crystal awaits you. To liven things up, I thought I'd take you on a stroll down memory lane. Of course, memories decay with time.
Hi, Ravus.
Kill me. End it.
Yeah, Geostigma... I'm sorry.
Or what's left of him.
Star Scourge is pretty horrible. Yeah, this boss has way too much health by memory. getting across the point. I'm using the ring here if it's not obvious. We'll use our sword. Surely that'll be faster.
Just the thing.
Gladio. Prompto.
Alright, and we've scratched about a 20th of his health. Yeah, no, I've made my point. Die.
A sorry end for the High Commander. For anyone. He was a man with hopes and dreams.
It's horrible.
What kind of fiend makes demons of men?
Look alive! Company!
Oh no, the Heartless! The Heartless are coming! Oh no. Oh yeah, this is an infinite spawn, isn't this? Yeah, this is an infinite spawn.
We're getting nowhere!
And they just keep coming!
Knocked! Must go on alone. What? If you can obtain the crystal's power, you may yet be able to turn the tide. Elsewise, we are all like to perish.
Biggie's right. It's our only chance.
But what about you? We'll manage somehow! Just get moving!
You could still get to the crystal if you went on your own. Your friends would have to stay behind.
Hangar gate closing. Please stand clear.
He's just messing with us at this point.
I don't envy you your decision.
Like, seriously.
So, this is the way to the crystal?
Betraying your friends for the greater good. The mark of a monarch. Step forth, your majesty. If you wish to obtain the crystal's power, you must be prepared to lose all else. Get back!
See you in 10 years. You know, I don't remember complaining about this in Ocarina of Time.
Closed.
But it bothers me here.
Die on me.
The 10-year gap is so needless, though. I mean, the reason I bring up Ocarina is because it happens for the exact same reason. We aren't ready for the power we are to receive from the crystal, so it puts us in stasis until we are ready for the power to receive from the crystal. It's just, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way, especially since it doesn't have any impact. It doesn't change anything. Because if you're paying attention, when we got in here, the days had already stopped being. Like, the miasma was already covering the world. So the world of Ruin, so to speak, has already started now. It's not like we need a 10-year gap for the world of Ruin to start. It's already happened. And when we get out, nothing's really changed. You know what I mean? It feels like a completely unnecessary plot point. We could have literally gone in and be like, and been out for, I don't know, 10 hours. And it would have had the exact same impact. The exact same impact. I mean, imagine the trio out there like, fight, 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 fight. And it's like, okay, we've been fighting for 30 minutes. We're running out of juice. We need to flee. We can't leave Noct. No, he's okay. The fact that he hasn't come back out, it just means he's dealing with the power. Okay, so then the trio flees. And then we get let out 10 hours from now. And then it's like, then we go, and then we reunite with them, and then we do the final battle, and we're done. The 10-year gap is incredibly unnecessary. Now, I agree with Rihaku. I imagine that the World of Ruin was supposed to have a great deal more to do in it. Like, I imagine this was supposed to be like the 2/3 part of the game, not basically the end of the game. You know? So anyways, negative to story. Look, I'm sorry. This is a dumb plot point. Probably. Okay. The Ardyn DLC, we'll get there when we get there, which will not be that long. In fact, given the time, we might get there tonight. We'll see. Nah, we probably won't. We'll probably finish up the Ardyn DLC tomorrow. So yeah, I should probably notate that over here. Negative to story, boop.
Do you suppose your dear friends are still alive?
Nah, they're dead.
Those who died for you, do you ever wonder what went through their minds? Can you even recall their final words?
I wonder how much Ardyn is asking himself that question.
I swear. How far's this go? Crystal had better be here. Everyone's counting on it. Counting on me.
Your journey is over, Noct.
Yeah, funnily enough, based on how well Ardyn succeeds, it's pretty likely the world will never recover. Ever. In the vanilla timeline.
Please. Help me stop the demons. Why?
Unharmed by the light, the chosen king. Allow me to regale you with a tale. In an age long past, an incurable scourge ravaged mankind.
Noctis, can you be quiet, please?
Twisted men into monsters, the likes of which you've seen. In Lucis lived a savior who could cure the afflicted. His body would come to host myriad demons, and countless lives be spared. But a jealous king, one not yet chosen by the crystal, ostracized and demonized this healer of the people, making a true monster of him. I gave you my name earlier, but you should know that it was not the name given to me at birth. Ardyn Lucis Kylum is my proper name. You'll never guess whose name Insomnia was. No, killing you as immortal will bring me scant satisfaction. Playing with the crystal's power, arise as its champion. Only once the crystal and king are no more, can I know redemption. Come back soon. I shall keep your friends company until you are ready.
Like, I'm sorry, that's actually awful sound design. Completely awful sound design. Like I said, each time he gets killed, he basically just gets right back up. That's the first time we see that happen, although it's implied he actually died several times throughout the story so far. So this is the first time we see Bahamut, also known as the actual villain of the entire game. Oh yeah, hang on. This is one of the most obvious connections to the FNB, the FF13 stuff. Look at Bahamut, and then think Boon of Elzeblah. Because he was originally Boon of Elzeblah.
The fate of this world falls to the King of Kings. His providence consecrated in the divine light of the crystal. So it is ordained, the revelation of Bahamut.
I suppose I should mention he is actually wearing a mask there. His face underneath is revealed, and the DLC will never see.
The heart of the crystal, wherein lies the soul of the star. And it is in this place that the king will gain the power to fulfill his calling. They stand against the darkness and abide in hope, sustained by faith unfaltering that their king shall arise and bring deliverance. By the covenants awakened, the six have seen the coming of the prophesied hour. A time when the crystal shall have shed the entirety of its light unto the ring. Only then, once the sacred ring is replete, can the true king complete his ascension. And only by the true king's hand can the immortal accursed be banished and the light restored to this world.
His face was identical to Somnus's, Kay.
A man cursed with life eternal, whose immortality stems from the self-same scourge that wrought the demons. One so impure of body and soul was deemed unworthy of the crystal's light and forbidden to ascend. His mind twisted by spite and bent on revenge, the usurper came to bring darkness down upon our world. Only the true king, chosen by the crystal and guarded by his forebears, can end the accursed's madness.
Okay, real quick. I just want to mention that even in the vanilla timeline, you can get the idea that Ardyn was just kind of screwed over by everything, right? It's so much worse in the Dawn timeline. That's all I'm going to say right now. But even in the vanilla timeline, he was rejected by the crystal. The reason he was rejected by the crystal was because he did his job. He successfully absorbed virtually all of the Star Scourge on the planet. And then, so... I'm trying to think of an accurate comparison. It would be like drinking straight rubbing alcohol. You know, glug, glug, glug. So that's why the crystal rejected him. Of course, Max time.
It is the sole means to ending the immortal accursed.
Probably tomorrow.
A power greater than even that of the Six, purifying all by the light of the crystal and the glaives of rulers past. Only at the throne can the chosen receive it, and only at the cost of a life, his own.
For no reason.
The King of Kings shall be granted the power to banish the darkness, but the blood price must be paid.
For no reason.
To cast out the usurper and usher in dawn's light will cost the life of the chosen.
For no reason.
Many sacrificed all for the king, so must the king sacrifice himself for all.
I already talked about this.
To reflection, let the light of providence shine within.
I do like how he hammers on the point 3 times in a row. You must die. You must die. You must die. He never actually explains why, of course, and as I already said, there really isn't a... In vanilla, there's no reason at all. In the Dawn timeline, it's because Bahamut's evil. The whole discarded tools thing I talked about. Hi, Salty. That is not true, Death God Scythe. He's passable in vanilla. He's awful in Dawn.
Forth to the kingdom, where the usurper awaits. Reclaim the throne and fulfill the calling of the true king.
So basically, the idea, Myron, in the vanilla timeline is that everyone involved didn't know how to deal with the Star Scourge because they didn't know what it was or why it was there or anything to do with it whatsoever. So they basically decided to go ahead and have one guy run around and just start absorbing the Star Scourge into him. That would be Ardyn. And then once Ardyn absorbed enough Star Scourge, they didn't really have it was one of those and then we'll win kind of situations. Like they hadn't exactly thought it through. So shrug. As I said, in the Dawn timeline, there's actually a logical reason and explanation behind it, which I will share with you, don't worry.
Be waiting. In Hammerhead.
So, welcome to the world of Ruin. Now, I gotta admit, when I first saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna have a whole section where we go through this whole area in, like, the world of Ruin? That's awesome! No, this is insubstantial as hell. There's, like, nothing here. Again, cut content. Since chapter 8, 7, 9, somewhere along there, we've had, like, just cavalcade after cavalcade of cut content.
Man.
Yes, Myron. That is exactly correct for vanilla. Now, what's funny is that happened before the Line of Kings was established. Yeah, the boat was waiting for him. The angel was waiting for him. I guess the angel might have been told.
Demons everywhere. What the hell happened?
Yeah, I saw this and I was excited. Like, oh my god, check it out. It's a world that's been, consumed by the miasma for 10 years. That's, well, for a long time. We didn't know the 10 years thing yet. Both, actually, Pave Maniac. Tonberries. Yeah, it's nice. I have other things to do. Oh yeah, notice all their clothes are here. Once again, once you're demonified, you turn into these things, so yay, that's awful. Do you mind? I don't care about you at all. God. And yes, Comrades is canon for vanilla, by the way. That is a true fact. So then you're just supposed to walk across the world of Ruin for 2 miles. They expect you to walk. You don't actually walk the whole distance, but... I mean... it's yeah, Final Cloud. Look, I'm just trying to make a point here. I've already given this section a negative for story. I am exceptionally tempted to give it a negative for gameplay as well. Oh, hey, it refilled my... So apparently I just need to do a cutscene to do spells again. I mean...
Something's coming.
There we go. So like I said, we don't actually have to walk the whole way. Thank God, that would be terrible. But we do have to get all the way up here. And you notice I was doing the bunny trick, which, in case you don't remember, is the fastest method of travel I have. Not counting a chocobo, which I obviously have no access to. And there just happens to be a truck coming by, going the direction we want to. And I was also skipping all the combat.
It's me, Talcott. My grandpa served the Amicidia family.
Talcott?
Yeah.
Hi, Talcott.
No way.
Yes way. Welcome back, Your Majesty.
You can tell Noctis is older because he has a beard now. Immaculately trimmed. Bahamut had those giant blades and was like shaving Noctis as he got older.
Just a second. Said he wants to have a word with you.
He can have it in person.
He said you can have it in person. Okay. We should be there shortly, sir.
I like Talcott, don't mistake me, but this should have been Eurus.
I can't tell you how good it is to see you again.
Yeah, you sure look different, though.
You think so? Guess I've grown some these 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, that's where we find out the 10-year thing.
Pinching themselves right now.
Where are they, anyway?
Lestalem, more often than not.
Hang on. I know I've already given it a negative, but can I just rant really quick about how stupid it is that the world is basically fine after 10 years of being cut off from its sun? I know the official explanation. I've told you the official explanation. It's dumb. God. The mere fact that plants continue to exist is probably the biggest, most concrete hole in this idea. Never mind, like, I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you, a real-life human being, go without the sun for long periods of time, like months or years, your body will not function properly. You'll get sicker easier. You'll have trouble digesting properly or processing food properly. There will be issues with you medically because you don't have the frickin' sunlight that you need to live.
But they take a lot of trips to Hammerhead. For Miss Cindy. You know, back at the garage. She's a tough one, but when she needs a little extra muscle
In case you're missing it, there's bushes along the side of the road, see? There's another one. There's one over here.
Speaking of which,
there's one.
The guys said they're near Hammerhead right now, so we'll be meeting them there. You know, ever since you disappeared, Your Majesty, it's been nothing but nighttime nonstop.
Honestly, I mean, obviously I've changed my mind since then, Death God Scythe, but you're right. It was just an indication of just how wild and nonsensical this really is, that I'm like, this has to be a tale. It's the only thing that makes sense. It can't possibly just be a badly written story that was badly written to fix it. There's no way that's the truth.
Lestalem still has light thanks to the power plant, so just about everyone's taken refuge there.
Only there?
Everywhere else has been abandoned. Demons moved in, forcing the people to move out.
Oh yeah, one more note. Whether this is bad writing or not is more debatable, but I want you to be aware of the fact that there's one city left that is living on the planet. The four city-states, which was already stupid. Oh no, they're nuked. Now it's just a town. Yeah, no, this world is nuked. This world is gone. This is a genocide scenario at best. Yeah, this is basically an extinction event.
People still swing by the garage at Hammerhead from time to time, but it usually isn't for repairs. These days it's less of a service station and more of a slayer station, a base for demon hunting. The garage is still open though, one of the few places that is.
Oh yeah, and in all typical, as with all typical zombie apocalypse scenarios, every human lost to the demons is another demon. So,
Sid, he's still alive and kicking?
He's kicking all right, just not as hard as before. He hasn't really been himself lately. At least, not since he moved out to Lestalem. Someone suggested he move the garage there too, but old man Sid wasn't having it. He called it a big fat chocobo turd of an idea. Said it just wouldn't be the same anywhere else.
That sounds like Sid, all right.
Miss Cindy said she didn't mind either way. So the garage will probably stay put for a while. And without any tinkering to do, Ignis's gourmet seafood is about all Sid has left to look forward to.
Wait, I'm sorry, so fish are alive? Keep in mind, we do know that the Star Scourge affects fish, sea creatures as well. So, by all accounts, with the Star Scourge this overwhelmingly coating the entire planet, there should be no fish at all. Or animals. Probably not plants, if we're being honest. Which, in case you're paying attention, would mean no food. Like, I could just keep going with dissecting how dumb this is. This is why I mentioned that 10-hour thing. 10 hours of eternal night and the spreading of the demons? Okay, that's horrible, and we're basically watching the end of the world happen, but the world hasn't actually ended yet. After 10 years, there is no hope left. And in fact, they shouldn't be alive now. What are you eating? Hopes and dreams? How are they getting fresh water under these circumstances?
With all the demons prowling around, more folk were getting hurt. Or worse. So Iris talked the Marshal into taking out the demons themselves. Iris the Demon Slayer, they call her.
F for Iris the Demon Slayer, which we will never see. It's not even part of the Dawn timeline. Well, a little bit.
They lend him a hand whenever they can. Prompto spends most of his time hunting around Hammerhead. He tries to impress Miss Cindy, but she's already married to her work.
And Ignis?
He hunts too. We tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen. He said if anything, he's more used to the darkness than we are.
Never got his vision back.
I'm afraid not. But that being said, he gets by pretty well on his own. Gladio and Prompto usually hunt on their own as well. It isn't often you see the three of them together nowadays. They still work as a team every once in a while, but each has his own set of tasks to keep him busy.
Is that so?
I hope you appreciated this ride, by the way, because this is it for the World of Ruin. Once we get there, we're going to have a reunion scene, and then we're going to go to the final dungeon. Just like that. This is also one of the reasons this bothers me so much. So let's talk realistic perspective first for a moment. It's possible they wanted to show the animals being gone and the plants being gone, but obviously that would require basically rendering a new overworld, a new version of this zone, and designing it and crafting it. So they didn't. What they did was this is the same zone with a filter over it and different lighting and different spawn patterns, and that's it, which is much easier and cheaper and quicker to make.
Arrived, Your Majesty. Everyone will be so happy to see you. Don't worry. I won't be going anywhere. If you have any other questions,
see that?
Please don't hesitate to ask.
Hang on, you see that? That's the cup of noodles sign of the distance. Unaltered and still functioning 10 years later. Because again, it's just copy-pasted. Look, you can see it right there. It's the same freaking map. They change a little bit of the docks, and they change a little bit of Hammerhead. That's it. That's all they do to it. That's how they survived. They had cup of noodles in stock.
Hey. Hey? That's all you have to say for yourself after all this time?
I like how Gladiolus looks literally not different at all.
It's really you!
Same with Prompto. I mean, Prompto grew a beard, sorry. If I am, it's tomorrow, Mike.
Not like I wanted to. We've got catching up to do.
Let's head inside.
Basically, the goal here is to effectively finish the game at this point. And then once the game has been completed, tomorrow we'll do a few post-game things. And showing off the final DLCs. And, of course, the Dawn timeline discussion. Now, I want to do something. So give me a second. One moment, please. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's right. They won't let us out. I can fix that. That's 5 times should do it. No? Let's try this again. There we go. Oh no, there's an invisible wall. Of course there's an invisible wall. Hang on, maybe there's not one over here. Let's go check. Oh. Damn. Invisible walls. Invisible walls everywhere. I still need to do the other half of Ignis Melkor. Well, the other third of it. Yeah, there's just invisible walls everywhere. I can't get out. Oh well. Let's reset our values to normal here. Give me a second. There, okay. That doesn't surprise me. That's what I was going to check max time, to see if my theory was correct. That is hysterical, though. How do they keep the demons out? Invisible walls. Hey, look, swords. And an assault rifle. Oh, excuse me, those are spears. My bad, I'm blind. Ignore me. The presence of the soot-like photophilic particles was confirmed in samples of the air taken at varying elevations, with notably higher concentrations at higher altitudes, which makes no sense. Photophilic particles have begun to subsume the ozone layer, and the observed reduction of daylight on Eos can be attributed primarily to their light-absorbing properties. So that is basically the only explanation we ever get in the entire game, vanilla, of what the Star Scourge is and why it's affecting the sky like this. This is probably a good time to mention that the whole night getting longer thing makes... Not only does it make no sense, but it has no purpose. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lore, think of how devastating it would be if a world was cut off from its sun. Yeah, that would be horrible, wouldn't it? Once again, the 10-hour thing makes much more sense here. Because at that point, you could leave in the Star Scourge's miasma effects, and then the threat is quite literally an apocalyptic threat. That is an extinction-level problem, right? And thus, the whole point is then to stop that before the extinction happens. But the fact that we've been basically frickin' fine for 10 years without the sun means it's suddenly pointless. So in addition to all of my many other problems with the Star Scourge, it's actually kind of a pointless plot point. It's there because... On examining multiple correlations between the photophilic particles responsible for the blight of the mutant strand of plasmodium associated with the demons, we have discovered a clear causal relationship. Furthermore, given the mass dispersal of photophilic particles upon death, the demon presence is likely accountable for the violent ecological shifts of late. Basically, yeah, Undead Elvis, I really would be more in favor of the Star Scourge if they just used it right. But as is, basically everything about it pisses me off. Yeah, even a week of no sun, that's horrible. That's just, ugh. So anyways, there's not really much to do here other than buy stuff and rest up, so we're just gonna leave. Because we're done. We good, yo. So now we get to go explore the world of ruin, right? They even call it the world of ruin, by the way.
Well, fellas, we're homeward bound at last. Time to suit up.
Finally get to rock these threads.
Wear them with pride.
Yeah. Just hope they still fit.
Yeah, that's another point, JP. I didn't even think about that one. Now, for all of my complaining, this is a great scene. Unfortunately, I don't think we have materials to make any real food. Which sucks, because I would totally want to make some real food. Excuse me. So we'll make a cup of noodles. But yeah, this scene will probably get a positive, because I actually love this scene. If this is the one I'm thinking of. Oh, it's not? Oh, you're right. We flash back to this later, don't we? Look, I bought 99 cup of noodles earlier, Mike. Surely some of those are still around after 10 years. Yeah, it's later. So that last campfire scene will get a positive, I'm almost certain.
Sweet home.
Good.
Yeah. At long last.
What we've been waiting for.
Sure is.
Remember this scene? It's the 4th time we've shown it to you. Do I have to mute this? I actually don't remember.
With me. Of course.
You bet.
Until the very end.
It's time to finish this. Once and for all.
No, whatever.
This is it. Give it your all, guys.
Yeah.
You got it!
With pleasure.
What?
Not good!
Come on, let's move.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Sometime today, some things never change.
We've been fought together like this in ages.
Really takes you back, doesn't it?
We may have struggled before, but now nothing can stand in our way.
I'm surprised we haven't seen any glaives around here.
Why would we?
Because they've been reconnaissance, dealing with the demons as they go.
They're being...
Move it or lose it!
Come on.
You know, you don't seem as jumpy as before.
Yeah! Maybe I'm just better at hiding it?
Maybe.
We're almost there. Keep it up.
This ring is so inconsistent. Earlier I had the cheats. In fact, I had the cheats off until I just killed the Naga just there.
Fight left in us.
You say that like we've already peaked.
Yeah, we haven't even reached our prime.
Huh. Guess you're right.
These monsters. Look what they've done to our home.
Once we take it back, we'll rebuild it better than ever.
With what? Hopes and dreams?
Just like we promised.
Oh yeah, that's... So I feel like we've said this a few times in the last few chapters, but this whole section was worse when this game came out. Much worse. Including the section we already went through. Longer, more enemies, more health on the enemies. The ring was worse. You'll notice, you'll notice that it's insta-killing some of the enemies here.
Looks fresh.
Then we should hurry. There may be survivors nearby.
So it was changed to do insta-kill on actual trash, like low-level stuff. I don't remember the rest of the list. I know there's other things. I didn't want to fight that flan anyways. Oh, okay.
He says right. Nice, Iggy.
No time for compliments.
Yeah, go ahead, max time. By all means, because I don't remember all the changes. I know they were not insubstantial changes. Core!
Marshal! You gone senile or something?
Can do. There's so many of them.
Tell me about it. I've been out for hours.
Well, hang in a little longer then.
We're done here. When is this gonna end?
We kill them all. Focus.
Doing okay?
I don't need sight to sense what's around me.
I don't have cheats on right now, by the way. Like I said, this is just how the ring works on trash.
Too slow.
You see how it's much slower on something substantial like that.
Pathetic.
You okay?
Surprised you asked.
You've grown into a family.
Thanks. You set a pretty good example.
You alright?
More or less. Glad you made it back, Highness.
Glad to be back.
I've got something to show you. Follow me.
So, what brought you back to Insomnia?
We wanted to do what we could to make sure everything was in order. For the day the king returned to reclaim his rightful seat on the throne.
Oh god, now that you're saying that, Max Time, I'm remembering. There was like an open street area, which was maybe 300 or 400 feet long total. Like really short, right? And just crammed with enemies. And that was it. It was just a street with enemies in it. Well, no, see, Undead Elvis, the higher up you go, the more the density is. So even there's no escape. It's just everything.
About the only place we have left.
So yeah, basically all of this is new. The stuff we're doing right now, I'm almost positive. Like the section we just went through, I should be more clear.
Good news, everyone! Your king has returned!
Highness! I knew you'd come back!
My liege. Your Highness, for many moons, we have eagerly awaited the coming of this day.
Yes, I'm ready to die. For no reason.
Brothers and sisters, brave warriors of Lucis. You've done well these 10 years.
10 years.
And I thank you. You've done so much. All for my sake.
That's not actually true.
Even as the darkness overcame our world, we kept the light alive in our hearts. We've all lost friends and loved ones along the way, but the one thing we never lost was hope. Brothers and sisters, I ask you to stand by me and fight at my side for the light and for the future of our world.
I'm sorry, so the light was inside us, so every time they just go around and start flashing demons to defeat them.
The glaives finally got its king.
They're all so happy to have him back.
Yes, but none are happier than us.
Time to get to business, to defeat The Huns. Sorry.
Thanks for opening up a camp. I appreciate it.
Didn't want to leave anything unsaid. Whatever you do, you will have my unwavering support.
I know. So, how'd things work out with you-know-who?
Oh, a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
Look at you. Just remember, hold tight to the ones you love. And don't let go. Lose your grip and you lose them for good. You get a few more scars while I was gone?
Wouldn't be much of a shield if I didn't take a few hits.
Think you can take a couple more?
It's my job. I'll take as many as you need me to.
Ooh, hey, look, side quests. We're not doing those. Just, kind of a heads up on that.
You can buy just about anything you need from that vending machine over there. If you're lucky enough to have any gil, that is.
But why wouldn't I?
A lot happened while you were gone. For one, the people of Lucis gave up on traditional currency. Instead, they started to trade things like meteor shards, stuff with more practical value.
I hate to bash this point in, but there should be effectively no economy with a population of like 500. Like, at this point, everyone has to pull their weight, or the whole suffers because there is so little to go around, and all of it is needed. So there should be no economy at all. And that's me saying that. Like, this isn't post-apocalypse. This is current apocalypse.
A key?
Good eye. That'll let you open all the gates around here.
Perfect.
Well, see you around, guys. Enjoy the side quests that I am not doing. Okay, I'll stop jumping. Hello? There we go. You like this song? I hope not, because the developers don't.
I'll be showing the power of teamwork.
Ready when you are.
Ready?
So I keep trying to show it off. You actually get the holy spell too. It's your dodge spell. Here, I'll try to show it off here. Come on, hit me. Hit me! Oh, I'm stasis. I can't actually do it right now. Never mind.
Don't worry about me.
How are we?
Getting by. What's a minute after 10 years?
Glad that's over.
Indeed. No time to waste.
But of course, Your Highness.
And hey, it's that song again. Come on, hit me. Hit me. There we go. That's the holy spell. Not quite as cool looking as death, but it's something.
Don't worry, I got this.
Yes, they eat the dead, the undead, and the demons.
Not too tough, just right.
Let best be prepared.
God damn it.
Well, I expected more of a challenge.
Don't let up now.
Thank you very, very much, Tyonos. Ever and always appreciate those subs. Thank you. If you happen to know where you want to put that, just let me know.
Fashionably late, I see.
Ardyn.
Insomnia, the crowned city of my kingdom. I bid you a warm welcome.
What the hell's he doing?
I mean, he's been planning this for 10 years.
I've prepared something special for you, Noctis.
What?
Yes, it's the same wall your father gave his life to sustain. I thought it might serve as a lovely little reminder of your daddy, dearest. Do you like it?
You're sick.
How could you say that to your own flesh and blood? I'll try to find it in my heart to forgive you by the time you reach the Citadel. My little pet will greet you at the gates.
Safety first, everybody!
No slacking.
Well, here we are.
Got a tough one on our hands.
It's time. That's the way.
Or lose it!
Dang it. You have to stop after every encounter, Noctis? Jeez. Yeah, this is looking more familiar, like the barren street thing.
Well, here we are.
I don't know how to, apparently, next time. I thought I did, and I don't.
Onward. Right.
Must be his little pet.
We can only hope it's barred, but it's worse than it's bite.
We bite back.
He should have let the sleeping dog lie.
Where's the marshal?
Now that's actually interesting.
I'm afraid he's already preoccupied with other business.
Handle this one ourselves.
Oh, sure, that's fair.
Locked! Try attacking the beast while it's in midair.
Stop it from bouncing around.
Fine.
That's one hell of a pack.
Is it too late to ask Ardyn to call off his dog?
I'm afraid it is.
Damn, it's got us trapped.
If we can't run, all we can do is fight.
Iggy's right. Come on.
Let's finish this already!
We needn't waste more time.
Okay! Bye-bye!
Got it. I cast Blizzard. It's super effective.
Looks like there's no way past the wall.
So I was gonna go east, but I'm not sure I'll get the opportunity to.
Too many of them.
And no way out of this either.
Still, we can't just give up now. Luna.
Gods above, hear my plea. Lend the chosen king your strength, that he may save our star from darkness blight.
The lady's words have reached the heavens. By the will of the oracle and the grace of the gods, a path for the king is made.
Okay. But... okay, this is kind of cool. As usual, Ramuh's a bro. It's actually funny to me that Titan's one of the smaller of their number. Cool. So I guess I'll see you in the afterlife, Luna Freya? Yeah, I'll see you in the afterlife.
Luna. Thank you.
Yeah, can you do that just one more time? No? Okay.
The fate of our star rests with you now, my king.
Luna, darling, please stop calling it Star. Please. I'm begging you.
Talk about divine intervention.
Oh, feels good to know the gods are fighting on our side.
Yay!
And they've entrusted the future to you, Noct.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to let him down now.
Yeah, Bahamut being above and beyond the others is also made clear in the Dawn timeline. Since it takes a combination of the crystal, the power of the kings, and the other 5 to defeat Bahamut. Spoilers. Let's get in a save. Where are we at? East. I'm sorry, VA Ghost. We're almost done. We will conclude this game tomorrow. And then it'll be on to a game that'll probably have like 5 viewers, because nobody cares about Mario RPG. Is he this way? Hang on, where's the map? How east is he? You know what, this is dumb. I can move quickly.
Bring it on.
No, we'll start Mario RPG Friday.
Move it or lose it! Follow me.
Might be able to salvage the buildings without structural damage.
Yeah, with the cleaning.
Listalem's packed to the gills now.
Many would return given the chance. Well, here we are.
Is that him? No, that's just a dude. Oh, for God's sakes. It's alright, Rebelta. Hurry up.
It's time.
How much further east do I need to go at this point? Never mind. Oh, that Omega!
interdimensional nonsense is this?
Bad interdimensional nonsense, I'd say.
Man forges a weapon to fell the gods. Omega. The weapon knows nothing of compassion.
Oh, it's the 14 Omega.
Legends tell of such a device created in antiquity, but I always assumed those were mere myths.
Its might knows no equal. The wise dare not cross its path lest they meet their end.
So yeah, on the off chance you don't know what Omega is.
See what this thing can do.
So we're going to fight it with infinite HP, because I think it's going to one-shot me. But we're not going to have the other thing. Bring it! It's only level 119, we got this. If I could hit it. There we go!
Gathering energy. Brace yourselves. It's about to attack.
What? What? That didn't do damage if he caught that. That was a death flag. Didn't even go downed. They just died. Oh, speaking of which. Okay, so yeah, that is definitely a death flag. You know why? I still had my infinite HP on. I think that's why it just defaulted to game overing there, because it kind of bugged out when I got killed with infinite HP. One more shot at that thing, now that I know where I'm going. It's okay, I just have to rely on my party members to know where they're going and what they're doing. Excuse me. 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 It was over here. Oh, shoot. Did I ever shoot it? It's like right here. Oh, shoot. There we go.
Let's see what this thing...
Okay. So let's do this. And then turn that off. And then scroll up. And then do this.
Do.
Alright, where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Hey, Omega. It really doesn't want to attack him. That is so weird. Attack! Okay. Not quite the outcome I was actually expecting, but yeah, I'll take it. Whatever.
We did it.
You know, beggars, choosers, etc. Damn it, I gotta do this again.
Ready for this? Use it or lose it!
Gladolus is like, yeah, I got this. Plonk! It's okay. Gilgi gave me a sword. Gilgi? Yeah, Greg. Don't ask. Well, welcome back, EVG Express. I haven't seen you in forever. And it sucks that you can't stay, but, you know, whatever, I understand. It was nice to see you pop in, at least. Okay, so... time for the finale. For the actual, no really, finale.
Ifrit, the Infernian. He doesn't share the Glacian's fondness for mankind. But you can expect a warm welcome.
Sure, what's your question?
I shall await you above.
So you remember that flash forward, right? Totally not chaos.
Stay cool. He's gonna bring the heat.
Hang in there, buddy!
You know the best part? This is still kind of a meaningless scene, really. Like, Ifrit just comes in out of nowhere with what is effectively no explanation. Especially in the original launch, where they didn't explain anything about this. I would rank this below FF12. Easy answer.
I got your back!
Here you go. Let's go!
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna go and kill him. I don't care. He's a dumb fight. Moving on. Hi, Bahamut. Yeah, exactly, Max Time. No explanation for any of this crap. At least we got a little bit of explanation in the patched version. What would I rank it above? 1, 2, 3. And 14. I'm kidding.
So even that wasn't enough?
It's done for the worst.
Out of the frying pan? ...
We need to put this thing out!
Okay.
Let's keep it nice and cool.
Look at you, all in control.
Just business as usual.
Oh, yeah.
The flames never stop.
Burning Supra!
There are too many Shivas. Actually, we did see that cutscene on camera. But it was patched.
Peace at last.
Why was he Star Scourged?
King of Kings,
We'll see.
the grace of the gods is with you always.
Like, that does have an explanation.
One that I intend to keep.
That has an explanation in vanilla and in the Dawn timeline, although it's pretty much the same explanation. Ardyn is the answer either way. Anyways, to answer unironically and unjokingly, I would put 15 above 1, 2, 3, 13, and 11. Now for optional bosses. Woo! Boss fights. More than meets the eye.
Most impressive performance.
You thought that was good? Wait till you see what we've got in store for you.
I'm giddy with anticipation, but I'm afraid you've one more wall to break through first. The old wall, the kings of yore. Oh, what fun it will be to watch those I revile most tear each other apart.
Come forth, O chosen.
Hey, how's it going?
The kings of old were on our side. Look out!
Yeah, they've been Star Scourged, because you can do that.
Fighting
Sorry to say, but I don't think you have a choice. Let's go.
The three of us is keep Noctis safe at all costs.
Don't worry about it.
You're the whole reason we're here. Just let us help.
Fine.
You just mentioned, these are some of the kings of old. And no, I would say FF8 and FF10-2 are both better than this game, in my opinion, for their own reasons.
Let's see if he finally starts living up to his name. Let me handle it. I've served as your shield through thick and thin. No matter what, I've got your back. Now and always.
Forgive me. My mind was not my own.
I probably made the mistake of playing FF11 when it came out, Riker's Beard. And that's forever tainted my opinion of that game.
You okay?
Yeah. This shield's a little sturdier than he looks. We better keep moving. Come on.
Alright, so we killed one king.
Guess he's expecting company.
He wants this as bad as we do.
Think the elevator's working?
Huh. Sure looks like it.
He is really taking us by the hand.
He'll save our legs the walk up.
I mean, I'd love to go into this elevator. Really, I would. Yeah, I also played 14 1.0. That would be the worst FF by a huge margin, in my opinion. Yeah, come on, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-na-na-na.
Waits outside.
Yeah. And so does Ardyn.
Acting like he owns the place.
It's time to take it all back.
It ends here. Tonight.
Tonight is your night, bro. No. Casual. Round 2. Honestly, yeah, Final Cloud.
Welcome, O Chosen.
Okay.
Here we go again!
Be on your guard.
Time to say goodbye.
Gotcha! I owe not everything for standing by me always. And now, it's my turn to stand by him!
Go forth, chosen king. Restore the light.
I actually tried to 100% FF10-2 when we played it for the remake Lorerun. I actually failed, despite using a guide.
I took it easy when you're in trouble. I'll be fine. Let's keep moving.
They're infested with the Star Scourge sickness. They're monsters right now. Remember, everything can be infected with the Star Scourge, including the Astrals, like Ifrit was earlier. Round 3. Ignis. Oh yeah, this is when the class thing becomes very obvious.
We're done here.
Gladiolus is the warrior. Prompto is the rogue.
see to it that nothing stands.
Ignis is the mage.
I will do whatever it takes, no matter the cost.
He looks like Somnus. We'll see later, though. Okay.
Get the feeling he's not happy.
Yeah, or right in the head. He's gone berserk.
Brace yourselves!
Not on my watch! You're up, Prompto!
My turn! Come on, Iggy!
No mercy! Go, Noct!
It's over. Hate to break it to you, but you're outnumbered.
You have done well. Hear me, chosen king. The time has come to fulfill your calling and dispel the darkness from our world.
And then die.
Go forth, restore the light, and free my brother from his curse.
Okay, yeah. Definitely Somnus.
With you guys at my side, I know I will be ready for anything.
Funny you say that.
I always hated this room as a kid.
Yeah? Why's that?
Coming here always made my dad all serious and sad.
It no doubt reminded him of the fate his son would come to bear.
Not much farther.
Well, shall we, Noct?
Yeah, but, hold on a sec. Prompto, can I see your photos?
Alright, guys.
Yeah.
Serious or silly?
To take with me.
What do you think, guys? Serious or silly?
Yeah. I get it. You can take whichever you like.
So we got serious, silly, 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 serious, silly, 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 serious.
Only befitting the regalia be included in the shot.
I mean, that is the perfect shot for this, in my opinion. That is the serious shot right there.
Think of all the places we've been. All the shops along the way.
Always something new around every corner.
Gotta take one from our zany adventures.
We sure had good times around the campfire.
Ignis sure cooked up a culinary cornucopia at camp.
And that's the best silly one right there. Look at that. Come on! So if we're doing silly, we're doing the cup of noodles.
Thinking back to when we took that.
How about a shot of us as we set off from Kaem?
I like how it's bugging out.
In combat might be cool.
Alright, we'll be silly. We were serious last time. We'll be silly this time. That is the last time I'm playing this game, so...
Really? Then it's settled. That's the one? No backsies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, you guys. You're incorrigible.
What is that?
Illusions, remember? It just keeps coming up.
I'm afraid you're out of luck. The throne brings you here. It seats only one.
Off my chair, Jester. The king sits there.
Oh, Noct. How I have waited for this. Longer than you could ever know. Tonight, the dreams of the blood royal come to an end.
Spite's all that's kept him going.
Talk about a grudge.
Ardyn sits the throne.
Not for long. This is my ascension. What did you do?
They have no place in this. The Battle of Kings. Come, Noctis.
Probably a good time to mention that if Ardyn wanted to kill them right now, he could have. Again, remember, that's not actually his goal. He wants to be destroyed. And he wants Noctis to die doing it. If nothing else, Ardyn has the capacity to demonify them. He could have just demonified them right there on the spot and done. He wins.
The once helpless and hapless prince. Is he now ready to claim his crown? Don't let us down.
And of course, since they're both of the same bloodline and have the same basic power source, it's a battle of equals. You know how it is. Thematic parallels, etc., etc.
No. Now they end.
So you are the chosen king, but you are a second choice at best. Do you like what I've done with the world? Really? One step behind. Does it hurt? The pain is proof you're mortal. A king in name alone. I'm truly disappointed. Can't you do any better than that? 10 years, and nothing to show for it. All good things. Chosen indeed. Chosen to die.
Different, Mike. It's hard to call it better or worse, in my opinion. I've played a decent chunk of it. And you're right, Max Time. And everyone else is right, too. Darren DePaul sells this character hard. Are you gonna do anything? There we go.
My revenge is soon at hand. How long have I waited?
Don't worry. It's far from over.
Well, let's have it then. You and your crystal. Against all I have become.
Power of light!
Ah, a king at last!
This is the last boss, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. I may have to give this a negative. How the hell am I muted? I'm always stricter. I'm going to explain myself because we're about to be buried in cutscenes. I'm always stricter and more demanding of final bosses than most other encounters because it's the final boss. I've said this before and I've said this again. The final boss should be something special, something unique. It doesn't have to be the best fight ever, but it should be at a bare minimum good. Right? It's for the similar reason I would give the Cloud of Darkness in FF3 a negative, right? This is boring, disinteresting, not fun to play gameplay-wise, not even that engaging story-wise. Like, this is supposed to be the big epic conclusion against, you know, the guy who's been with us since practically the beginning of the game. This is it. It's not interesting story-wise. It's not interesting gameplay-wise. This is a crap last boss. FF10 will have to debate, because FF10 does have a last boss, Jacked. And, like, there's going to be some debate on several of the last bosses if we ever do finally go through the whole FFs and review them. But this is crap. So we're going to go ahead and just give a gameplay negative here, because this is an interactive cutscene. And that's unacceptable for a final boss, in my opinion. Good song, though. This is just me holding the button down. Not doing anything else.
A war of attrition, then.
Do you recognize those?
The kings of yore are on hand.
Those are the ones on the cover.
To oblivion.
I'm sorry, I only point out that those are the kings and not the astrals, because several people thought that their appearance on the cover meant they were the astrals, but they're actually supposed to be the kings. Just thought I'd mention that really quick.
Yet when your father died, you were off playing with your friends.
Notice it forces us into a weapon for this.
Watching, powerless to stop it. You think 10 years is a long time? It is nothing to me. I have lived in darkness for ages.
Give me a second. I feel like maybe I'm supposed to get hit here. There we go, never mind. Gotta do the QTE, that's what I was trying to trigger. So you notice we're hitting him with each of the weapons, if you didn't catch that. All 13 of them.
That is how you would end it.
Oh, and Exhibit B. The last fight is a QTE.
Now it is over, Majesty. What will you do? Banish the demons and bring peace? Erase me from history once more?
This time, you can rest in peace. Close your eyes. Forevermore.
I will await you in the beyond.
Quest completed. Quest received. Oh, don't worry. All of humanity dies too next time. So, you know, that's nice. Ardyn dies as well. Well, no, Ardyn's a sate.
So this is farewell.
Yeah. Here we are.
It's all you.
No turning back now. Prompto. Gladio. Ignis. I leave it to you. Walk tall, my friends.
Godspeed. And take care. Majesty.
You know the best part about this? There is some debate as to whether or not they die in this battle. What do you think? Do they die in this battle? It doesn't matter, spoiler, because humanity is doomed. They're either going to die here, or they're going to die when everyone dies, because the Earth is going extinct. Yeah, I know, they talked about it in interviews how they lived. But then again, they also presume that you can restore the world after everything that's happened to it, which is incredibly nonsensical. So, yeah. I think they died here. I think that's a better end for them. Besides, we all know the Dawn timeline is the actual correct one.
I'm home. I walk tall. And though it took me a while, I'm ready now.
I suppose I am Rebelto? I mean, shrug, really.
I love you all. Luna. Guys.
Oh, this hit me like a ton of bricks, Zygmus. I gotta be honest, this probably deserves at least one story plus.
We had together. I cherish. Kings of Lucis.
Not this scene.
Come to me.
A scene that's about to happen.
Trust in me.
So in case you're wondering, as Maxtime points out, their power is already in the ring, and in Noctis. So what are they doing here? Well, it's actually surprisingly simple. They're killing him in a specific way, basically a ritualistic killing, so that he could go into the Beyond and still have full access to his power. So that's all that's actually happening here. So, here's the only time we really see the Beyond in vanilla. I know, we've actually seen it twice before. Whatever. Said he'd be waiting. So, the mere fact that Noctis is there means Ardyn has now won. All he needs now is to be destroyed. You notice he offers no resistance at this point. Served its purpose. And you know how Bahamut thinks.
Can it? Ready? Steady.
Really?
Push!
Yeah, I gotta mute in a second.
Thing's so heavy. Unbelievable.
Not exactly a fairy tale beginning, huh, Prince Noctis?
We let ourselves get carried away.
Look! These things happen.
Let's just hope this isn't some omen.
Gladio, do me a favor.
What?
Push this thing by yourself.
All by myself?
You won't even notice if we just let go.
Prompto, don't even think about it.
Save some breath for pushing.
Ignis, come on, time to switch.
Nuh-uh.
And there's the mute. There's actually one more cutscene after this, but that is basically FF15. Vanilla. Two. There's two more cutscenes, sorry. Back when I first played this game, I was left with a very strange opinion of it. When I decided to sit down and do my little short review, which I stopped doing after a while, the overwhelming impression I was left with, and the thing I mentioned, was it was a deeply flawed, enjoyable game. And this right here gets my point across exactly. Do you see how many positives and negatives there are? This is my opinion of a 15 right here. I do still think it's a net positive. I do still think it's enjoyable. It's just, yikes. There are many flaws, and there's many good parts. And there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be at least one more story positive here, and then we got to hit the Ardyn stuff. Now, that being said, once we get to the Dawn stuff, the review will stop, because none of the Dawn stuff is in the game we're reviewing. So the game gets no credit for any of the Dawn stuff. I'm just doing that as part of the lore run. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a really good downer ending off the top of my head. I like bittersweet endings. I do. You know, Kingdom Hearts 1, right? But this is a very downer ending. A massive downer ending. We die for no reason. Lunafreya died. The guys probably die. I don't care what the devs say. Humanity dies. The world dies. The Astrals live. The Astrals can, you know, go do something. So, happy ending all around. The Astrals lived. This is why I mentioned the idea of the trauma conga line. To me, this feels a little bit too much horribleness, 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 horribleness. Just, I feel like they tacked it on a little bit too much. I like tragedy. Most people like tragedy in fiction. You know, I like dark storytelling. But if you start a story by saying, and then he was tortured for thousands of years while his blood was being ripped apart, and then torn through the soul of his victims while they themselves were on fire, and at a certain point it becomes noise. To me. At a certain point it loses all impact. And as a consequence, I just stop caring at a certain point. And that's what this kind of felt like to me. That's part of the reason I actually like the Dawn ending better, because the Dawn ending is a dark ending. It's just, it's not tragedy on top of tragedy on top of tragedy. You know what I mean? So. Jesus Christ, this stupid song. Are we done? I think we're done with the song. Maybe. Copy wrong is, as always, awful. Because he didn't undead elf. Why did he have to die exactly?
Around a campfire. How long's it been?
An eternity.
So yeah.
Coleman. Sorry.
Out with it.
I just... Damn it. What the hell is this so hard? So I've made my peace. Still, knowing this is it, and seeing you here now, it's more than I can take.
Yeah. You're damn right it is.
Huh. He spit it out.
It's good to hear.
Well, what can I say? You guys are the best.
It probably is telling that the one part of the entire finale and ending that actually works for me is the scene where the four guys are sitting around a campfire. That's the one scene that really works for me from like chapter 12 onwards. There is actually one more scene. Can I skip this? Looks like I can, actually. That is fantastic. Skippable credits. Take note, Assassin's Creed. I mean, I agree, Max Time. The one thing that really worked for me, the whole game, was the quartet. Well, the trio. Oh yeah, and the sun rises because Starscream's... We've talked about that. The sun rises on a dead world. Thanos stops by and is like, well, nothing for me to do there. He just moves on. Kefka stops by and is like, whoa, someone got here before me, and he just moves on. No, they totally live, guys. They're totally alive somehow. Totes. No, that's it. Thanos shows up and just kills off half the Astrals. Oh, Jesus. Now that's fitting. Years from now, aliens will land here and find that. Oh no. Oh gee, oh god. Oh god. Wait. Oh, hang on. Now I gotta pause, because I want this to be done when the cutscene plays. Like, I don't mind it playing over the empty dead world section, but, you know. Are we still going? Oh my god, we're not even through the initial 10. Holy crap. Hang on, 5 more, guys. 5 more. Count with me. Thank you, JP. Very, 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 very much. Seriously, thank you very, very much for the subs. And thank you, an anonymous gifter, who may or may not actually be there, but if you are, thank you very, very much for the subs. Much appreciated. Now, JP, you know the question I'm going to ask you. But anonymous gifter, if you happen to be there at all, and if you'd like to put those subs towards funding a future stream, just let me know. Either way, thank you, both of you. Whoops. Okay.
You did well to deliver the ring to Noctis.
Congratulations, you were an errand boy, girl.
Indeed be. He has made me proud.
He died, as he should.
May you too. No happiness.
Because the gods willed it, for no reason. There you go. You happy, guys? You happy? Look, this is what we were eating while we were trying to find you. Wow, yes. I have discovered the true light and joy that is the cup of noodles. Together, the cup of noodles will help us save this world. Indeed. The only thing more beautiful than you is the cup of noodles, Lunafreya. Oh yeah, they're dead, VA Ghost. They're dead and gone. We don't actually know anything about the afterlife of this setting, so... we just know they're gone. By the way, the dress. And yes, it was her the entire time. Spoilers, she is actually the logo to FF15. I'll admit, that twist actually caught me a little bit, since originally that was supposed to be something and someone else entirely. Once you see Noctis there, it kind of helps complete it a bit more. So.
Thank you.
Oh, I know next time. Like I said, spoilers. They basically... what they did was they just moved Lunafreya into the same pose and then said it was her. Certificate of completion! Oh my god. Whatever. Oh, hey, I could save some photos. I'm not going to, of course. Yeah, go ahead and save completion data. Go ahead and put that there. Yeah, those look like actual ramen instead of cup of noodles. So without counting the last bit of episode Ignis and episode Ardyn, this is our score. Now this is taking into account Prompto and Gladiolus. So we're not done reviewing the game yet. But that is the end of vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead and chop off the local recording here.